My name is Nick. I am the Youth Sports Director here at Beale Air Force Base. I've been in this job about 5 years now. Retired from active duty in 2016 and was lucky enough to get this position here at the Youth Center, and I've been enjoying it so far and learning new challenges and accepting those and trying to make the program better. My main job here is obviously putting together sports seasons and programs for kids anywhere from the age of 5 to 18 that fall within our purview here at the Youth Center. Our seasonal sports, our big sports that everybody would recognize, we have soccer in the fall. Soccer then rolls into basketball and cheerleading kind of in the winter, early spring months. Cheerleading will continue in conjunction with flag football, which takes place in the spring months. We compete against Lincoln, California, and their youth department out there. We go from flag football and cheer into track. Track season is one of our shorter ones, about 6 weeks or so. That one is in conjunction with Yuba City Parks and Rec. And then after track, we have our swim team season. So if kiddos know how to swim, then they can participate on the swim team and actually work on their strokes. And then we participate in 3 to 4 swim meets each year in the local area. So our summer sports programs, when in conjunction with our swim team, we try to run week-long sports camps. Sometimes we get Air Force sponsored ones like Sideline Sports. Sideline Sports is good because they try to introduce kids to non-traditional sports. So a couple years ago, prior to COVID, we had lacrosse, water polo, fencing, badminton, and a couple other, just again, unique sports that kids wouldn't normally see. They're not televised on TV, that kind of thing, as much. I mean, ESPN's got 6, 7 channels, so you can pick your poison. But so again, we've got Sideline Sports. We also run a soccer camp during the summer months. That one's in conjunction with Challenger Sports, which runs a program called British Soccer Camp. So they bring in local kids that may have experience playing at high school or college level to help educate the kiddos in just some basics of soccer. And that's a week-long camp as well. The big sell on that one is they try to bring over coaches from the UK. So the kids get a chance to see somebody that calls it football instead of soccer. They've got a funny accent, so the kids get a big kick out of that and get to enjoy a little different spin on soccer. Also, we try to do just some local camps. We may just come up with something unique and different. My predecessor has used coaches from Yuba College to come out and do individual sports camps for all kinds of different programs, tennis, archery, and so everything else. So we try to kind of mix it up in the summer. In order to register for our sports seasons or even some of our sports camps, we do require that the kiddos have a sports physical completed within the past year, or that date that's on the prior physical needs to carry them through the season that they're signing up for. In addition to the sports physical, we would also need records of shots or immunization records, as well as the registration fee and paperwork, which is due usually when you come in to sign up. We're happy to answer questions over the phone to give out information, but we do require presence here in the building to sign up and register for the sport. So with any typical youth sports program, we're always in need of volunteers. Volunteers are what make the program run. I'm just here to facilitate a successful season for the kids, and it's the parents and the volunteers that actually make that season happen. So if a parent is interested in becoming a coach, please contact me here at the Youth Center, 530-634-4953, or my name on Global is Nicholas Gasper here at Beale. And I can give you more information. There is a process where we have to do a background check for each individual adult that wants to volunteer. Regardless if you're on one team or 2 teams, or if it's a husband-wife combo, each coach is required to have a background check. So there's a process that has to be done there, and the best to contact me to get that process started. Usually the seasons are anywhere from a couple of months from about 6 weeks to a couple of months. So the time constraint for a volunteer coach isn't too long. Practices are usually twice a week with the game or the activity once a week. So you're looking at about 3 times a week for about an hour each that we would need the volunteer present for the sports. So when you pay the registration fee, that covers any of the uniform costs as well as the end of season medal. And depending on which sport, sometimes we have end of season parties for our more of a team sport, such as track and swim team. That one will do a large party at the end of the season. The sports such as soccer and basketball, most times the coaches and team parent will put together a smaller party for that. The ask that I would have for parents that are new to our program here at Beale is please let me know what I can do to improve the program. This is my only base that I've been a youth sports director at. I coached for years, I've managed leagues myself, but this is a little different with the Air Force setting. So I'd like to have the experience and the knowledge that you may bring from another program to our program so I can try to make it better here for the kids at Beale. For example, I was able to start flag football a couple years ago based on some parent requests, and that one has taken off pretty well. My goal this upcoming year or two is to get Little League, baseball, and softball back here at Beale. So again, any input that I can get from parents from previous bases or coaching experience would greatly help our program here at Beale.